Okay, hands up. 1, 2. Ooh, that was a good one.
Did you clap?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. We're very in sync.
Welcome to the Rolling Coynes Podcast. I'm Ross.
I'm Krystal.
And we are recapping week 31. This is episode 20. Wow, I'm all out of sorts. This is episode 20, recapping our 31st week of Jiu-Jitsu.
Wow. We've been pretty consistent.
Yeah. 20 episodes, honey.
Yeah. And I mean, we didn't start this. I forget which week we started, but we've been better than, if you think about the week that we started doing this, like the podcast.
Yeah.
We've been recording more than 2/3 of our weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing good.
Nice.
It's fun. It feels good. I feel like we're getting a rhythm.
Yeah. It feels easy. I mean, I know you do all the setup and takedown and posting and all of the admin behind it, but it doesn't, I get excited about recapping the week regardless of if anyone listens to it. In fact, I kind of like that. I assume no one listens to it.
Yeah. Well, there's
No pressure.
2 subscribers out there.
Oh my goodness.
So
That's crazy.
Hi to you guys.
That's funny.
I like that because it, I don't know, I rely on you to talk.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do all the setup and all the other
I do feel
stuff.
like I ramble quite a bit, but all right.
But I need you to talk.
I can always talk about jiu-jitsu.
Good.
Jiu-jitsu.
Well, tell me about your week.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Today is Saturday. I was on a work trip.
Mm-hmm.
So I left for my work trip
Monday morning.
Monday morning. Thank you. It's a blur. It's been quite a week. So
Yeah.
if I seem spacey, that's why I'm tired. Okay. So Monday work trip. So yeah, the last time previous, right, I went to Saturday class to try to get another session in. Had a great time. Left, we don't have classes or open mats on Sunday right now. So left for the airport pretty early on Monday. So I didn't get into Monday morning class. And then my work took our team to like a glamping campsite for all of us to solve some problems and team build. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, got home on Thursday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And then set up a babysitter.
Yep.
Got to say hi to the boys. Had the babysitter come over and immediately hit the ground.
Went to the gym.
And we got to have our first jiu-jitsu date in, gosh, I don't know how long, because I don't know how long the gym has been open, but I'd say at least 3 months.
Yeah.
It's coming through my...
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So if you hear weird noise, trying to get our dog to stop barking at the neighbors. Yeah, so we got to go to a jiu-jitsu date. And Thursday night is the intermediate gi class, which is usually like a very quick recap of what we've been learning over the week, and then a lot more rolling. And did you go to any classes?
Nope.
Before that? Yeah, so that was our first class, both of us.
We had a babysitter lined up for Monday night, but she bailed.
Yeah, that's right.
Or Wednesday night, sorry.
Night, yeah. So first time going over the curriculum for the week. Luckily, it was nothing super complicated. It was like another way to get out of someone having you in a back take.
Also, it was our, not the head professor. He was gone. So it was like the
coach that we are most familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to partner up, work on back take escapes or escaping back take. I don't know
how you word it.
Yeah. A couple of different ways.
Shake off the angry backpack.
Yeah. I gave myself a little bit of cauliflower ear doing that. So came home on Thursday night and had to be a big girl and sterilize a needle and poke my ear a couple times.
I'm kind of mad we didn't film it for the podcast.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I had to try it 2 times because the first time I tried it, I had a little bit out, but I was like, there's no way that's not what's in there.
Yeah.
And then you had left the room and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it after my shower. And it was just dripping down my ear. So still a little bit hard in there. I don't think it's going to be like completely gone, but I definitely got the majority of the whatever it is, fluid out of my ear. So that's pretty gross. And yeah, girls don't want cauliflower ear. Boys might be like rubbing their heads on the carpet and try to pretend like they're like a high level fighter, but I don't think any woman wants cauliflower ear. So I'm going to do my best to avoid it. I am really nervous about, we got an Amazon delivery coming. My future in jiu-jitsu, because I'm starting to think that I have like the wrong kind of ear.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like my ears they're not big, but they're not small. And they don't like stick out from my head, but they're soft. You know, like they're kind of like thin and like malleable.
They are very like thin.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like if you like fold my ear in half, you can fold it, versus some people who I think have like really thick ears. I wonder if our dog is like chasing the Amazon guy right now.
He might be.
He's in our yard. Should we go check on him?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hold on.
pause down.
It's not an episode if the dog doesn't disrupt
it at some point.
Yeah, so that was my Thursday night. And then Friday, Friday I had one of the like most stressful work days I've had in a long time, because I was trying to catch up after being at our offsite, and they were like, don't do work. Not really don't do work, but like fully commit to the time with your teammates. And they just like jam-packed our schedule while we were there. So
hey, work 60 hours in a 40-hour work week.
More really felt like the expectation. So I was just really scrambling to try to play catch up on Friday. I really wanted to go to the 12 o'clock class just to get another no-gi session in and just another session in general. But didn't make it to a Friday class. And then we just decided to prioritize some family time on Friday evening. So neither of us went to the evening class on Friday.
Nope.
And then today's Saturday. Today I went to, you went to the regular class, and I went to our gym's first women's only open mat. And I'd say that's the majority of my week.
Yeah.
It was tough. It like on one side of the coin, I guess, I am really excited that we are doing this, that we are trying to build community, build up a women's program at the gym. There weren't very many people there. It was three women from another gym, all a part of the same gym. Very grateful that they showed up. It was like two blue belts and one purple belt. One of the blue belts is like basically a purple belt. And then one purple belt from our gym, who I realized is the most senior woman at our gym right now, because there was a brown belt who didn't come over with us, and she's just been kind of...
I mean, she did. She like showed up for like the first two like opening classes, but hasn't been back.
And there was another purple belt who couldn't come over. And then there were two blue belts from our gym. 1, 2. Yeah. And then myself and another 3-stripe white belt. And then there were 1, 2, 3 like brand new women who have like just recently started in the last couple of months. So the 3 brand new women were basically like, we haven't even learned how to roll. So I tried to offer like, hey, do you want to like just go 1 minute on, 1 minute off, practicing side control escapes. And then once you get to close guard, then the other person tries to break out of close guard and get back into side control. And so we were kind of doing this like circular thing together, and it seemed to be a good little drill.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. It just kind of like came to me, and I was like, oh, that is kind of really nice. You know, like you have to get past my guard, but I kind of just like let them walk around, and then like you just kind of start back over.
Yeah.
Because you end up kind of rotating. And then there was a really funny moment. So I started, we all go out on the mat. It's, not awkward at all, but like we don't all know each other. So we all kind of start like warming up and just kind of chit-chatting. And then I ask the woman who like I train with the most, like, hey, you want to go do like kind of a flowy roll, just like get warmed up? She's like, great. Yep. So we have fun. We roll a little bit, and then I ran into one of the blue belts was someone who I did CrossFit with. We realized over 10 years ago.
Dang, that's so crazy.
Yeah, it was in like 2014. So 12 years ago, we used to be a part of the Hellfire Barbell Club.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We used to go like train and do like competitive CrossFit like training there before our gym had a competitor program.
That's right.
And then we did a competition together. And
at level 4.
No. Well, we might have done a competition at level 4.
Yeah. I remember watching you guys do it.
Yeah. But we...
And then the seminar.
We did a competition at Industrious, too.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, no, that was with Emily. So, yeah, anyway, we did a competition, but it had been a long time. I, like, kind of followed her on Facebook or Instagram for a while, and then we, like, you know, met again 4 years ago because we realized I was in her phone today. And I was like, oh, cool. my number's already in here, you know.
Nice.
But she's like super strong. And so it was really nice to like run into her because I was like, oh, this is someone who's kind of like built like me. I'd say she's probably 10, 15 pounds heavier, maybe, but like not much bigger.
Yeah.
But I know just from experience that she's like incredibly strong. And so I rolled with her, and, you know, she was just kind of like, I think she like didn't know what to do with me because she was kind of like, okay, what's this girl like gonna do? But anything I tried, like she would have been able to fend off. Like I could feel that right away.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like a more chill roll. Like she didn't really put it on me, but I also like didn't like try to embarrass myself, you know. And then I went and like sat down near the like new crew and was like, hey, any of you guys want to, you know, I'm trying to get them to kind of like engage a little bit. And so I started practicing side control. And as I'm like trading places with, it's one of the coaches or one of the owner's wives, as we're like about to trade places, someone was like, hey, coach wants to talk to you. Oh, oops.
I'll bleep it out.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, you know, tell him I'll be there in a minute. And so we switch, we exchange. I get up, I walk over, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna, because it's him and the other owner like sitting at the front desk, like just staring over at like everybody, like watching to make sure we're doing, I don't know. It was kind of funny. They're just sitting there, just chit chatting, and I walk over.
Chaperoning.
Yeah, I walk over and I am like, hey, what's up? And they're like, you need to, I forget how they phrased it, but they're like, they said, it was such a dad thing. Are you rolling with the other girls? And I was like, what do you mean? You just saw me like rolling with your wife. Like, and I've already rolled with 2 people. Like, yeah. They're like, no, but you need to make sure that you're rolling with the new people who you don't know. You need to practice rolling with strangers. And I was like, I am. I'm trying to also like foster community and like make sure that everybody is feeling comfortable here. And they're like, I know. Just make sure that like you get rolls in with the other girls. And I found that very like funny, slightly annoying, and endearing, like all at the same time. Because they know that I'm going to compete. They know that whether I say it to them or not, I think that they know that I want to be good. Yeah.
And I think they're excited that you're in the gym.
Yeah. And so it was just like, okay, Dad. So I made a point to roll with the 2 other women that I didn't know. And one of them was really sweet. She was talking to me about when you get into like kind of a disconnection or a scramble moment, how like that's your moment to, she's like, no matter how tired you feel in that moment, give 110%. Because if you take the dominant position, you can rest for a second. But if the other person gets the dominant position, you have to start from scratch and you have to expel 10 times more energy potentially to get out of whatever that dominant position is. Not to mention you'll probably lose your match.
Yeah.
So I liked that a lot. And in a way, she was like giving me permission to like turn it up a little bit. And I've had a hard time putting that into words lately because I felt that switch turn on recently in a couple of my roles with other women where I was like, oh wait, I think I voiced it or phrased it to you as like realizing that I can also be the aggressor, but not in like an aggressive way.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I can attack too. And it's like in those scramble moments where you're like, I must attack. Like I have to turn it on, you
Fight
know?
for top bubble.
Yeah, you can do it the second you slap and bump. That's your moment.
Slap and dap.
Slap and dap, whatever. Slap and dap, bump, no, just bump. Or you do it, when you are both kind of like disconnected from each other, or when there's kind of when you see the other person in kind of a fragile position.
Yeah.
So I like that. That was really helpful. She was really nice, kind of giving me a couple coaching cues about like leaving my arms basically very vulnerable, posting on my hands and stuff. And then I did who did I roll with after that? I think I did another round with one of the newer girls, woman. And then I rolled with the last of the 3 people who were from another gym, and she was a purple belt and she was quick. And I kind of just like tried to fend her off with whatever guard I had.
Yeah.
And then she just practiced a couple fancy moves on me.
Nice.
And ended up like choking, or like, I don't think that I tapped, but she like ended up going for a choke at the very end of our roll. So it was good. Now we're gearing up to go on a little family 3-day trip. So miss another couple days of jiu-jitsu.
I know. Part of me is like, dang it.
I know. Same. But I think it's, we've been talking about being busy. We can get into this after you recap your week, but I just want to say it out loud so we don't forget. But that whole like drilling at home.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of other modalities of fitness and utilizing what we have, which is another person in our house to do jiu-jitsu with.
Yes.
So that's my looking forward topic.
Okay.
How was your week?
Yeah. So single dadding, solo dadding, I should say, not single dadding.
Yeah.
Solo dadding is always, well, I can't say as always, but it's the second time I've done it now in 2 months. And this was a lot easier.
Yeah. Shorter trip.
And I kind of like knew what to expect. Just stick to your routine, basically.
Yeah.
But not being able to go into the gym and because of schedule, not sickness or injury, was an interesting, that hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And I ended up busting out our grappling dummy. And I watched, if you check the link in the show notes, you'll have to copy and paste it into your browser. I don't know how to put a live link in our show notes, but to another YouTube channel. But it's a playlist, and we talk about it a lot. Rob Bernanke and Ryan Van Ververen or something. How to suck as little as possible at jiu-jitsu. I brought up their videos about knee cutting, passing somebody's guard, knee cutting, and leg dragging. And I just kind of like set up the mats and drug out Gary and
Gary's the grappling dummy.
Yeah.
If we ever refer to Gary.
That's our grappling dummy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just kind of like tried to think about warm-ups that we would do in the gym, specific to like a guard passing day. And then just watched their video and worked on both of those things. And, am I doing them correctly? As good as I can do it, on my own.
Like in a live roll, like to do it perfectly is not always going to be an option.
Yeah. But it was like really clunky and kind of like switching my mind over, before the first night I did it. I was like, what am I doing? It's late. I just want to lay on the couch or whatever. But I forced myself to do it, and I really enjoyed it at the end. And it's just like jiu-jitsu. It's like going to class. Yeah. Especially like when you first start, it's like this weird mental battle, at least that I was always having. Like, should I just turn around? And then you just stick it out. You go to class. You get through it, and then at the end, I was always like, I'm so happy I did this. And that's what it was with the grappling dummy. I'm like, oh man, I actually like broke the seal. Like, I think I could do this more often now.
Yeah.
Because I know that I'm going to like it. You know, and prepping for the competition, I felt like I had like a direction.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't like, okay, well, what do I do with this grappling dummy? Like, out of all the things I could do with it tonight,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? And this, I was like, I really need to focus on, because my strategy is to snap my opponent down,
Mm-hmm.
rattle their cage so that they pull guard, and then pass their guard. So I worked on guard
or
passing.
Snap them down and take their back.
Also that, yeah. So that was really cool. And so I did the knee cut the first night and then the leg drag the second night. The first night was just kind of like damage control with just being home alone with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really fun. And like kind of, I felt like, wow, I actually like pulled some jiu-jitsu out of the ditch for the week. And additionally, I was like, okay, Krystal's going to be gone. I'm not going to be able to get into the jiu-jitsu gym. The babysitter bails. And on Monday, I did something called the kettlebell mile. And you take a kettlebell and you go walk a mile. And you're not allowed to put it down until you're done with your mile.
Do you have to do the same holds? Are you just doing a suitcase carry the whole time? Or are you doing like a, farmer carry? Or
so
what?
People do it different ways. The way that I was introduced to it was suitcase.
Okay.
And it's from Pavel Tatsuin, who is like the guy who made kettlebells popular in America. Mm-hmm. And if you watch his video, he's always talking about comrade. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's like so early aughts. And like...
Yeah, so you did that one. You basically walked the dog.
Yeah.
The kids out.
So our oldest walked our dog, and I had our youngest, who was about 40 pounds, in a backpack. Mm-hmm. And I had the 40-pound kettlebell in a suitcase carrier, which is just like, imagine walking with a suitcase.
Yep.
And you can switch hands as often as you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
But have at it. And I did it, and I was like, okay, I'm back. And then I did it Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. Mm-hmm. I think Friday as well. I can't remember Friday if I got to do it. But it's great for core build, like core strength, mm-hmm. which I need to work on, like deep core muscles. Mm-hmm. That's very low impact and very like you're not going to get incredibly sore from this. Mm-hmm. So it's very sustainable.
Yeah.
You can
especially
do this.
If you do the right weight. Like your strength level.
Yeah.
Your grip strength, 40 pounds is fine.
Yeah. Theoretically, I should be, his prescription is 30% of your body weight. So mm-hmm. I'd be using like the 53-pound kettlebell. But I don't own one of those. So I just went with the heaviest one I had.
Yeah.
And it's also for prepping for making weight. It's a great, like, calorie burner.
Yeah, that like almost zone 2,
Yeah.
But like I don't know how to describe it, but it's like that, like your body gets hot.
Yeah, like I was sweating, and it was a hot week too.
Yeah.
So just working with what I had available, mm-hmm. trying to make this into a productive week. And I think I hit the mark, and I was like really excited about that. And then, we got to roll on Thursday night. It was fun to roll with you.
We got to roll together too. We got to drill together, which was, just like really simple, whatever.
Yeah. And then we did the first roll together, and it is really awkward rolling with a woman. Mm-hmm. And like, whether or not it's you or another girl, like, because I don't want to hurt you. Yeah. And it's now, especially, like, I hadn't rolled with a woman since, like, I don't think I've rolled with a woman. Maybe. Oh, no, I've rolled with.
Okay.
But
you have to go like really. Yeah. Yeah. You go pretty light.
Yeah. And, how did it feel?
Felt great.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, let me try to think. I noticed like a couple of moments where like it was very clear to me that you were giving me a freebie, You know, like you let me mount you.
Yeah.
And if that was an accident, if you weren't letting me, then like you gotta block that. I'm pretty sure you just gave it to me.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Because that was in like minute 3.
yeah.
And I was like, I want for her to, because I was just kind of like wiggling around on top of you for a while, you know?
Yeah. You were just kind of moving, and I was just doing what I do, just like blocking and like knee shielding.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like you like crushed the life out of me at any given moment.
I didn't cross face you.
You didn't cross face me any crazy. Like I had to like bridge a couple more times than I would have to like get a knee shield in, like under your body weight. So it felt fine. Yeah.
Good, because it is very awkward, and I felt my strength.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I could fuck her up if I wanted to. Like, it was it was tough. Yeah. It's hard. It's not easy.
Well, and it's like you're getting stronger and better at jiu-jitsu, and like I'm getting lighter right now too, right? So it's like it's just not. We're not an equal match. You know?
And I'm not saying that there's like no woman out there who could fend me off. That's absolutely not the case.
Like there will be moments as we go through this journey together where like I'm confident that like I'm gonna not catch up to your skill, but like in a roll that I'll catch you.
Your skill will outweigh my.
And it's not like
bruteness.
Consistently I will catch you. It's just like there will be moments where I will get good enough at jiu-jitsu where I'll sneakily get a choke on you that you didn't see
why'd
coming.
You leave your arm
or
out
I'll
there?
get ankle locks on you like regularly or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like those things that have to be like, it has to be so technically proficient, and I'm just not there yet. So for us rolling, it just has to be kind of movement and exchange, you know?
Yeah. But in any case, it was fun to roll with you.
Yeah.
Because our house is not, and our house and our mats are not big enough to have like a live roll.
No, especially when both of us are trying to work on like stand-up game and, you know, anything like that. So.
And I don't really remember what the rest of the rolls were like for me on Thursday night.
Yeah, I remember having a really good roll with one of our coaches because he's injured right now. So he's like really kind of taking it easy, but he's always been a very like flowy roller, and he's been really good with the women. And one, it's just like fun because I can like work on my balance a lot with him, where he'll like try to like push me off or something, and I can like.
I remember him watching him come onto the mat and being like, "Where, Krystal?"
Yeah. And then there were a couple moments where he like did something in a way. I think I felt him going, "Remember, we practiced this, you know." So like he like went for like a really shitty like single or double, and then I sprawled on him, and then I was like, "Oh, right, I got to circle around to take the back to, you know." So that was good. Yeah, I remember both of us just kind of had like good, decent rolls, right? Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
4 rounds or so.
And it was endearing because one of our main coach like tried to get me to roll. Like I did an extra roll after class. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, "Ross, come on." And I was like, "Oh, shit, I'll be right back." Like I have to give our friend a book I got for him.
Oh, okay.
Because our friend's getting deployed. He's going to be gone for a month.
Yeah.
And I got him a copy of Jiu-Jitsu University. Also, if you're listening, it's a great book. A lot of pictures.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I thought of him while reading the book. So I was like, this is a good gift. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. He's been so friendly.
Yeah. And so I like ran away and caught him right as he was coming out of the locker room, gave it to him. And then when I came back, our main coach was like holding court with you and the other girls talking about bow and arrow chokes. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I'm not going to.
It's funny. He, one of the coaches like came over and he was like, "Hey," or someone was like practicing a version of a bow and arrow choke. And I was like, "If it goes wrong, then this is what you do." And then the other coach came over and was like, "He was teaching you that wrong," but I don't think he realized what he was teaching us. And so then he's like confusing all of us, and we're like, "Wait, but it was this, you know?" And then all of a sudden we started getting into like the theory of bow and arrow chokes.
Super helpful. because when I was drilling it with my partner in class today, I remembered which foot I'm supposed to huck over the shoulder.
Yeah,
You know,
what did he say? He said the arm that goes over the shoulder is the choking arm.
Yeah,
And then the opposite side is the one that you put on the foot, right?
So the same arm that's coming around and grabbing the lapel is the same leg that goes over the shoulder.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That goes over the shoulder, and then the other leg, which is on the side of the lapel that you're grabbing,
Yes,
is the one that crosses over their belly.
Correct.
Okay.
And so I was actually getting it today.
Yeah, and that's also the same side. The side of the lapel that you're grabbing is the side of the leg that you snatch up.
Yes.
And I saw it also, just talking about bow and arrows since they're cool.
Arguably one of the coolest jokes.
Yeah. I noticed that I'm grabbing the leg too late.
Interesting.
It's like you sink that choke in, and I would just like lay down and then like hunt for the pants. But I saw one of our teammates do it, and like he's like sitting way more upright, and like when the person's knees are bent when you have them in a back mount, that's when you grab the leg. And then as you like fall and swing that leg over,
you're already there.
You're there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So,
almost went out drilling it today because we were working on a last ditch effort to get out of a bow and arrow, which is basically breaking their grip.
Yeah.
And you got to wait until it's super tight so all the slack is out. So when you yank.
Oh, you mean like almost like passed out.
I almost passed out. Me and another white belt were doing it, and we were having a blast. It was a really fun like drilling session because we were just like giggling the whole time because we were just like both seeing stars because both like suck at it and we're like getting it the person who's applying the choke, two dudes, real strong grips, like we're just just laying into it. I'd be like okay, here we go, you ready? And he's like, all right, I'm ready. And then I just like lay back and just start tightening it up, and he's like fighting for the grip and he's trying to figure it, and like I panicked like when he was applying the choke on me.
Yeah.
Because I was, our coach was like, you have to wait until you think you're about to go out because
it's all about tension.
Yeah. And like I waited and I was like seeing stars and I was like fighting.
Maybe you waited a little too long.
Yeah. And I was like, it felt like somebody who has dove into the water or the ocean and has forgotten which way is up or down. You hear about that when like surfing.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. I was like, I just like dapped him. So that was really fun today.
I walked in because the women's open mat was after, and so I was bringing the boys with me to exchange with you so that you could take them home.
Yeah. And
it was muggy in there, and everybody was really sweaty. You looked worked.
Yeah. I mean, I was dripping sweat. Anyhow. Yeah. So today was a good day. Like I definitely walked in feeling really low.
Yeah.
And I have no idea why. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just the end of a long week, and I'm like, I suck at jiu-jitsu. I don't want to go. I don't want to go in here and suck. And again, by the time I left, I was on like cloud 9. Yeah.
One of our professors said that you did a great job. He just kind of was like, Ross was really doing great today. You
nice.
know? That's just his vibe in general, but it's good to hear.
Well, like, I told you earlier, but there was a moment. So we get through our rolls and then I stay out there, and there's a blue belt who is like the nicest dude. I love him. He's so cool.
Oh yeah.
And, he was like, hey man, looks like you're looking to roll. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And he's like, anything, very polite. Anything you want to work on? And I was like, I need to work on my like grip fighting, like because I'm getting ready for the competition. He's like, yes, let's do this. Like, and so we're like going through it, and he's like, I'm gonna keep the pace up because this is what's gonna be.
He's so good.
He's such a good dude, and like he was giving me tips and like, okay, well, here's another thing you could think about, like, So it was awesome, and like grip fighting for 5 minutes, I was like,
it's so exhausting.
It's so brutal.
Yeah.
So we were both huffing and puffing and sweating, and I talk in hyperbole a lot. So I was like, I feel like I'm going to puke. He's like, wait, really? You okay? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
He seems like he's a very literal kind of guy. Yeah.
I was like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm sorry. But that's really hard.
Yeah. He's like, I've seen it.
Yeah. And then I felt like I got like an attaboy from our head coach because there's somebody who was dropping into what normally is an open mat after class on Saturday. And I've seen him come in multiple times.
Yeah.
And I'm always curious, like, what's this guy's deal?
Yeah, why doesn't he do regular class?
Come to class.
Maybe just because it's free.
I guess, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And coach brought me in from the bullpen. He was like, Ross, give this guy a roll. I was like,
perfect idea too, right? Because that's their whole thing. After talking to me today, it's like you got to roll with strangers.
Yeah.
So they were like, they're preparing you, right? They're like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Go.
And I was like, and I didn't think twice. I was like, hey man, how's it going? Come on in. I was like, I felt like.
Meanwhile, I'm over there like, these children are driving me crazy. Why did you just sign them up for another roll? My children were screaming.
2 rolls.
Yeah.
2 bananas. And so like. I was just kind of like, hey, like, tell me about yourself. Because, like, I don't know you, and we're going to roll. I should probably get to know you and, like, break the ice a little bit.
And also, do you have any injuries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, you just walked through the door. Yeah. He's like, yeah. I was like, have you warmed up? He's like, nope. I was like, let's take this first one slow.
Yeah.
And so we did. And that was really nice. And I was like, I could kind of feel him out a little bit. And I'm like, oh, I know more jiu-jitsu than I thought.
Yeah, and he was lighter than you for sure, too.
Yeah. And so we kind of go through it, and I'm like, okay, all right. And then, I kind of tell him, it's like, we're going to get another round after this, so just don't worry. This isn't what you showed up for today.
Yeah.
Because it was, like, really slow, flow roll. And then, we fix our gis, go for the second round, and I'm like, I'm going to put it on him because I need to work on my grip fighting and, snap downs.
Yeah.
And I get the grips that I want. One behind the head, my forearm against his chest, and the other one in the lapel. And I just went, yeah. And I kind of like gave him 1 or 2, just to kind of feel it out. And then I was like, oh yeah, drop to your knees. And woof. And I dropped him. He came down. And I rolled him over and took side control.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, cool. Like, interesting. Like, I never get to do that with an upper belt. So
yeah, I need to find someone who would feel comfortable with me practicing that on them.
It was interesting, and I could see coach watching.
I'm like, it makes me excited just thinking about it. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I want to do that. But I also am like, man, the girls would fucking hate me. Excuse my language if I did that to them.
Yeah.
Like if you pull someone so hard they drop to their knees, like, and you're just like their homie, like, they're not gonna like that.
Yeah.
But I think that there are a couple guys who are like, hey, I want to practice this.
And I think
just do it,
And whether or not he had like what he wanted, like if he wanted anything out of it, or if coach was just like, Ross needs more work.
Yeah.
Like roll.
Yeah, he wants to get better too, right?
Yeah. But I watched him. I could see coach was watching me with this guy rolling. And I was like, yeah, sweet. And like I got a head and arm choke on him. I got another choke, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was, because it wasn't an arm bar, like it wasn't an Americana or anything.
I'm gonna pull up my phone because there was a choke where I was like, ooh, yeah, I know I'm not supposed to get distracted by stuff I see on Instagram, but this one
was cool.
This one was really cool.
Save it because I can put it in the
I got it
post.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right now because
I had a moment where I had him mounted, and he just like pushed his hands up, like just straight up. He like, that was his defense for being mounted, was just like extend his arms up above his head. And I was just like,
oh, don't do that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a bad idea. And I like,
unless he's super strong, you can just grab an arm and just Kimura him. Just.
Yeah. Well, that was like, I felt like a hunter where like a big buck just walked in front of me, and I started like, I was like too excited. Like, what do I do? Like, this is the moment. You can also
grab one of his arms and pull it over your thigh, I think. And like, there's an arm bar right there, just like right over your thigh.
Yeah. I was like so excited. I was like,
Yeah.
is this happening right now? Like, how? And like, I like try to like collect an arm, and like, like anyhow, I was,
Yeah, you're like, what do I do?
yeah, I was like, what do I do?
Okay, the choke is called a canto choke.
Canto choke. All right.
And if I were to describe it, you're in side control and you reach underneath their arm that is closest to their head, and you get a really deep grip on their lapel, the opposite side lapel. So you reach all the way under their neck, and then you reach over their throat and grab the lapel. And then you kind of lean your weight forward and you swing your leg behind their neck and finish the choke. So I'll let you watch this. Well,
so it was just like, oh, geez, Louise. Yeah.
that's a lady's choke.
That's a lady's choke, isn't it?
I love it. I want to do it on somebody so bad.
It kind of looks like a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
It's very bow and arrow.
Yeah, like full body assisted choke.
It feels like if you dick up the bow and arrow, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't let go of that
Well, and it seems
collar.
kind of cool because it's like, it's just from side control, which is like a way more likely position to get into. And I don't think most people would see it coming if you slipped your hand way under and then they're like, well, and I feel like there's probably a lot of ways to finish that choke if you can just hold that shoulder down with any of your body parts. It doesn't have to be your legs. So
yeah, because like I'm going into this competition imagining that I'm going to be like rolling against like brown belt level guys, because that's all I really get at the gym, and I like it. I kind of look for the brown purple belts, and I just get, I'm like, this is going to be good in the long run. Just keep doing this. But having like another white belt who knew nothing, I was like, oh shit.
Like you never know what you're going to get dished in the competitions, right? Because you could have that person who is like, I'm going to do it, and they're brave and they know nothing. Yeah.
That's not to say like I'm going to be complacent. No. Absolutely not.
No.
I want to keep my mindset, but I was like, oh, the chance, there is a chance I can get somebody who just signed up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you should go in, like, I think I talked about this before the last competition, but you have to have the mindset that like, I could win.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to underestimate anybody.
No.
One of the woman who I said I ran into, she has been an excellent competitor, basically in everything she does. I think she's just this athletic person, but I think that she's medaled and won a lot of jiu-jitsu competitions. And she said to me today, because I told her, I was like, I did a competition, I took gold, it was awesome. And now that I'm going into the second one, like I actually am more nervous about this one because I realized that gold's possible. Whereas before I was just like, I don't know, I'm just going to show up, and if I lose, there's no pressure. Now that I know it's possible, like there's a lot more pressure. And I mentioned that to her, and she was like, every time I go into a competition, I tell myself, it's my gold. I'm just there to defend it. And I love that mindset because you're giving yourself permission to be confident and like bold and like have that like kind of badass energy that I think you
drive,
need,
I guess.
Like walk out there being like, yeah, I'm the winner. Like it's me, but this person wants it.
Yeah.
And they want to take it from me. And like, I think that humans are at their best when they are defending something that is theirs, that they care about, versus like fighting for something that they want.
Interesting. Yeah.
And so I think that's like a much smarter mindset to be in.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
So that kind of recaps my week.
Cool. I know we talked about drilling. I would say one other thing that's on my mind right now is making weight for the competition.
Oh, yeah.
She confirmed today, the same person, that it's gi first and then it's no gi second. No gi usually starts around 1:30 p.m. And she just was like, make sure you don't eat a ton in between those two competitions.
Oh.
But luckily I signed up for a gi bracket that's like much more comfy. It's like 147 and up. And so like I've got plenty of, space to make weight there. if I can make way for the gi, I can eat and drink as I please and be totally fine. But the gi one, I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta really buckle down if I'm gonna actually do, and I have time to change it, so I'll kind of keep my eye on that date.
Yeah.
But I really want to like really clean up my diet for the next 2 weeks, add the, weighted walks and things like that. A little bit of strength training for the next 2 weeks so that I'm not like scrambling for the next 2 weeks, and just kind of see, can I lose 2 or 3 pounds in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And if I can, then I think I'll be fine. But I don't want to do like a water cut or anything like that.
It's not.
I just don't do well if I'm
worth it.
dehydrated. I get cranky. I get headaches. So
You just don't want to make yourself susceptible to injury.
that too. Yeah. Getting dehydrated is not a good idea.
Nobody's getting paid for this.
No. So yeah, that, and then we'll go on our trip here soon, and maybe we'll drill a little bit together. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I want to introduce a new segment to our podcast.
Let's do it.
Which is reading. I don't know what we would call it, but reading something from like Reddit or just kind of like a topic, and just reacting or responding to it. I didn't read through this one. It's kind of wordy, but it's a little more serious, and then there's a funny one. Do you think we've been at this for 46 minutes, so let's
just do these and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay. So let's see if I can read out loud. This comes from top_mode 55777 on the RBJJ Reddit. What do you call that? I don't know.
Channel.
Titled Initial Moves. For some context, I am a 5'5", 120-pound white belt woman with one whole stripe to my name. I get at this point in my journey, the goal is to survive. I was drill rolling with one of my instructors, parentheses, who I don't roll with often as he is coming off an injury and typically just watches while recovering, end of close parentheses. And he started sitting while I could, he started sitting while I could start either standing or kneeling. The goal was just to make it past his guard, then reset. I tried grabbing his ankles and throwing them, stepping around, and basically whatever I thought might work, have seen, or something we have drilled in the past. Spoiler alert, nothing worked. I'm pretty decent once I get past guard, but getting past guard always trips me up. He said he commended my effort and to try to just move him. He said he commended my effort to try to just move him, but because of my size, it's not something I should rely on, and he realizes they need to teach less muscly, my word, not his, guard passes. I 100% agree. However, because everyone in the class is bigger than me, muscling or just moving past is all I see when people work to get past my guard. So basically she's saying people just muscle right through her.
Feel it. I know it.
Any specific moves, tips, tricks, or advice would be appreciated on how to move my mentality from either try to move them or to get put in their guard and go from there to having an actual plan for getting past guard. Do you want me to read that one more time? Just that last part.
No, I think I understand. I think the gist of it is like, what should I practice to pass someone's guard if I am not big? Right?
Yeah. Yeah, if I'm not big. Yeah.
Well, one thing that I saw recently, I'm not an expert, but I'll give my opinion, because I'm smaller and I'm always trying to pass bigger people's guard. Right?
We've been talking about this lately. It's like it's 90% of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It feels like. You're not alone.
Yeah, I don't know what the names of what I've felt happening, but there's like a style of guard passing where you're low, your body, your torso is low, right? And I think a lot of that is like more pressure passing. And then there's a style where you are more upright and you are more nimble and like kind of quick on your feet. And there's a bit more space. And I think she said that she was relatively short, right?
Yeah. 5'5", 120.
Yeah. So 5'5", that's not super short though, right?
That's fucking skinny. 5'5", 120.
Yeah. That's like me minus 2 inches and 20 pounds. Yeah. I want to start by saying that I don't think it's impossible for a smaller person to pressure pass. Because when I got my second stripe, our instructor was like, you got that stripe because you successfully pressure passed and no one else was able, not any guy in the class was able to pass my guard. And you did it because like you just got low and you just kind of grinded your way through. Grinded.
I'll interject here.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I noticed when we were rolling, is that you ended up early on being the aggressor. You had me on my back, and you were trying to pass my guard, and you just drove your head like a spear into my chest and started working on my legs. And I was like, interesting. Like, it was overwhelming. It felt overwhelming. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, like what am I going to do with all of this?
Yeah.
What part of my body?
It's like, she is advancing, and I'm not sure I can stop her.
And what I have realized in that approach, and I think it's partly that like I have heard from others that our main professor his style is pressure passing.
Yeah.
But what I have also noticed, and I got like a girl from one of the blue belts today, is that pressure passing isn't just brute force and you pop out on the other side. If you are not just like a meatball and can literally crush someone and pop out on the other side, it's pretty technical because you have to like you said, like I'm trying to like spear my way through you. And like sometimes when you are trying to spear through, you get caught. So a lot of times when I'm trying to like pass someone's guard in that way, I get caught in half guard.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. But what I've also learned and what I did today is that like I have pretty like nimble feet. And so I can actually hook someone's foot and like pull myself out of half guard pretty well now. And I did that with one of the girls like quickly and pretty easily. And she's like, oh, dang. And I passed her guard like within 30 seconds and got into side control. I don't know how hard she was like trying to avoid that happening today, but like someone said, it doesn't matter how hard, if you did the positioning right, you did the positioning right. Yeah. So like that worked for me. Whereas with some other people, when I try to like juke them, and like do like a high torso, Toriando leg drag,
they're just
kind of
hooking their feet out on.
I literally get suspended in the air, and I'm like, whee, but I'm not making it anywhere. Like they could just drop me down in between their legs and close me up in close guard. So I don't think that that's actually super helpful. I think it is like use your size as an advantage and like weasel your way through. Yeah,
I mean,
kind of like how I'm finding my. Also, be realistic. Like, unfortunately, right? Like, if you are 5'5" and 120 pounds, you're just not going to pass the brown belt coach's guard. You shouldn't expect to actually maybe ever do that.
Yeah.
That sucks to hear. But if the people you're rolling with are good, like they're going to like not like, because if I'm rolling with our main professor and I get into that position, he could just clamp his legs in half guard, even if I get that far, and hold me there for an entire roll.
Right. And
a whole round.
Who benefits from that?
But instead, I think he'd like loosen up his grip a little bit and let me kind of, because I think I like that, like drive down the middle, knee cut, slice the foot through, pop your foot out.
Yeah.
And then kind of come through like that. So I don't know. I be realistic and, also like develop a style that works on someone your own size. I don't think that because it's going to be so hard to pass like big people's guard, like you have to have a couple of options. You might be able to evolve in a way where you start to notice like the heavyweights can't move quick. So use your speed to your advantage,
sure.
And like you actually can kind of like trick them a little bit, get them to roll one side and then quickly move to the other side. And, but then someone who's like athletic, a higher belt, and stronger and slightly bigger than you, I think it is just like they have to be a better partner.
Yeah.
And then with people who are your size, the world's your oyster. Like, figure out what you like.
Yeah, you'll something will click for you. You just gotta keep showing up.
Yeah.
That's what
and I think they
everybody says.
said 1 stripe, right? So it's
Yeah.
I didn't even know what guard passing was, and I'm still 3 stripe. I'm still kind of like, oh, I think I prefer this.
Yeah. So, as somebody else with 1 whole stripe to my name.
Oh yeah. You got more coming.
Yeah. Like I was rolling with a brown belt today, and this dude's super cool as well. I like everybody at the gym.
You know, we're easy to please.
Yeah. But he will work with me.
Mm-hmm.
He smushes me, but he also will be like, hey man, like he'll kind of like at the near like the second half of the roll, he'll kind of slow me down and be like, okay, what are we doing? Like stop. You know, and like I was working on passing his guard, like, and I was happy to, because I want to work on that.
Yeah.
And so like I threw his legs over, and he was like, you had me here, and what were you going to do next? Because you delayed, you stopped. And I was like, I was just tired. He was like, okay, well, look at all this space. He's like, this is perfect. You threw my legs to the side. Good.
Drop down.
He goes, yeah, he's like, you just have to just collapse down onto those hips.
Yeah.
While at the same time hooking your other arm around my shoulders. And now you've mainly locked my hips in place, and you're also starting to control my shoulders. So then I won't be able to move, and you can then rest now in this like kind of side control position, and then figure out what you're going to do next. And I was like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I think I'm going to die. But also it's just kind of like leverage. Like, you know.
I mean, like when we were rolling together, or Thursday, when you just like want to pass my guard, you can just throw my legs.
Yeah.
And you just threw my legs, and I was like, this is so frustrating, but I just don't have the body weight to like, I realized I was like, oh, I don't have tension. Had I had tension, had I had a sleeve and a foot up against your hip, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
And so like making that just made that very apparent to me, that I'm never going to be able to like let my legs be just open and suspended in the air and be able to avoid someone just chucking them to the side.
Right.
And so that's why like I've heard people say like a push and a pull. I need to be pulling and pushing on the person trying to pass my guard at the same time, especially if they're bigger than me, because otherwise I don't have that tension, and they're just going to be able to move me wherever they want to.
Yeah. Just spin you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's leverage, like even for somebody small. Like, yeah, I don't know how else to explain it, but like get to the end of the lever and move from the end of the lever and nowhere else.
Yeah. There was a women's clinic that I went to, and the black belt who was leading it was talking, she's short and she's small, so she's probably similar size, maybe even smaller. And she said, I actually really like to grab the bottoms of the feet because I'm small, and so it gives me just a little bit more space to be able to like maneuver. And so she just grips the arches of the feet and then, you know, does whatever she wants to do.
And like funny enough, during the open guard week that you've referenced a couple times now, I was rolling with one of our friends who's a purple belt, and I was like trying to hook his arms with my feet and get a hold of his
sleeves,
his cuffs.
Yeah.
And he just took my feet and he pulled them out, put them together, and then shoved them down to the mat. And I was just like,
yeah, because you didn't have tension.
I didn't have tension, and I wasn't thinking of it. We didn't go over that in class, and he just like started giggling. He's like, you know, and our main coach is there too, and so they're both giggling. He's like, you weren't ready for that one, were you? And then he just, you know, walked up to me and took me out. But, you know, it's just finding your lever. I don't know which lever to tell you to find. You got to find a lever and then get to the end of the lever and then start working, because you could probably still move somebody's limbs, you know, and body if you have the right lever.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one.
Next one.
This one is in the r/bjj from Scoundrel, SKOWNDRELL, Scoundrel, who's a purple belt. They put it in their bio.
Mm-hmm.
It's titled Angry Elf. Latest favorite thing to do when a heavyweight starts the round at an 8 out of 10 intensity is to say, "Oh, you're an angry elf." And when they go to 10 to 10, say, "You're a really angry elf." I'll report back in a few days how this is going for me.
Okay.
So, I guess there.
Is that from
Elf?
That's from Elf, the movie, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies, of course. Oh, yeah. What's the... I wish I had like quippy one-liners like that. I just use that one. I'll borrow that one. Although I don't get like angry, but I would even just like do it just when someone's trying to do something, you know. Oh, you're an angry elf.
You're an angry elf.
Also funny to call a heavyweight an elf.
Yeah,
you know?
right. When we were drilling the back kind of like escapes today and grip fighting,
mm-hmm.
I was on a purple belt's back, and I was like, okay, I'm going to channel my inner angry backpack. And he's like, what? And I was like, oh, it's like when somebody has your back, it's called, the angry backpack. And he's like, okay, I'll have to remember that now.
Funny.
Yeah, so I taught something new.
Yeah.
That's all I got, honey.
Me too.
I'm
tired, but that was great. Thank you.
It's a great episode. And I love you.
Love you.
And don't forget,